Hey man, I gotta know. What are they biting on?
The end of my line. Here, try one of these finesse crawlers from D&D.
D&D baits are top quality baits in a large variety of colors and styles. D&D baits have been proven to work better than the national brands in the waters here in the Pacific Northwest. They create their baits custom to the water conditions. D&D makes the baits no one else will have. Catch D&D baits on Facebook. Land more fish.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fuller Broadcast 24/7 Sports News, live interviews, and media coverage. I do interviews with fighters from the BKFC, UFC, MMA, you name it. You could be kickboxing, street beefs. I want to get your story out there and heard all about your training and your career. So now I'd like to welcome BKFC fighter Joey Angelo with his story. Let's bring him on here. There's my boy, the Cinderella man. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm all right. I've been feeling a little better, though. But how about you, man?
I'm good, man. Just got done training all day. I'm home with the kids, so, nonstop grind.
Well, not outside like you were last time. Yeah, it was bad. So, the last time we talked, I think, you told us about a little bit your training and everything. I think it was with Chris Thorough we had an interview with. About BKFC. So, will we be seeing you fighting again?
Next time you see bare knuckle, it will not be for BKFC.
So, what happened? And give us a little intake on your story of what happened with BKFC.
Yeah, I wanted to stay active. I signed a 15-month contract. I had signed a multi-fight deal with them, and I fought once October 19th in 2019. And then I've just been begging them for a fight at multiple weight classes, 85, 95, 205, and heavyweight. And they just, after the pandemic, had like 5 cards going on. They never called me and wanted to give me a fight, so my contract expired with them.
So now that we won't see you in the BKFC, so where we will see you fighting? Any promotion like MMA or any bigger promotions?
Yeah, so I wasn't one of these MMA guys that like sucked at MMA and went to BKFC like most. I'm 6-1 and on a 6-fight win streak. So, I just, when the UFC, I didn't think the UFC was in a, so I wanted money because there's no money in local regional MMA. So, I already have 2 bare knuckle organizations wanting to sign me. BYB, I fought for them before. They were my second bare knuckle fight. Ragnarok bare knuckle in that I believe Shannon Rich is fighting for them. They offered, both of these organizations offered to pay me more than what BKFC was offering. So, but I'm not done with bare knuckle fighting championships yet. I do have a lawsuit pending against them. I'm suing them for breach of contract because they just wasted 15 months of my life. And I'm 31 years old. I'm in my prime. I need to stay active. So, what are you gonna do?
So how's your training been? How you been fully training since last time we talked? The COVID-19 hitting and it's still rolling into 2021. So how you feel physically wise right now?
I feel amazing. You got to realize, my head coach does not let us just sit on our ass and this. We don't believe in luck. We believe in preparation meets opportunity. So if you're fully prepared and you're training the way you should, that's what we do all year. Plus we have guys. We have, Kevin Lee came back and he surgery, so he's gonna be prepping. We have a lot of young pros fighting. Francis Ngannou, he's fighting. So we always have guys in the gym getting ready to fight. So there's no reason to stay still and stay stagnant. I'm always getting these guys ready. I got beat up horrible today, just in the training because everyone is at fight camp and they're making me better as well. So, like for instance, today we did gassers, which is sprints nonstop. We did uh, what was it? We did offensive and defensive drills for 30 minutes straight, no break, 1 minute, a fresh partner a minute. Dude, we're nonstop. Everyone sees my social media. We're always training. So I'm not at fight weight. I'll tell you that. I'm a little big right now. I walk around at 215 and I fight anywhere between 185 or, I'll fight heavyweight. I don't care. But I'm most comfortable at 185.
So last time we talked to you, you had a few fighters on your mind that you wanted to fight at the BKFC. So are they still on your mind right now to fight in the BKFC?
I mean, like I said, I won't be fighting for bare knuckle fighting championship. So if they want to carry over, they want to cross over and fight me somewhere else, well, like I said, the whole roster, and I'm not one to talk shit, but I know what skill set I have. Chris Sorrow, it would be the same result if I fought him, the same result as Josh Burns. I would knock Chris Sorrow out because he can't fight. Let's just face it. He doesn't know how to fight. He was a successful amateur. That's about it. Thiago Alves, tough fight for me, but I believe with my footwork, I would win. All those guys, I think that I would fare well against. I mean, they're all tough fighters. The kid, what the hell is it? And I think it was his dad just on. Zion. That's another tough kid that's up and coming.
I don't remember.
Well, Zion. I think Zion Tomlinson.
Yeah.
Cat, very marketable, tough as nails. He's young in his career, but he's another one to be reckoned with at 85. So a lot of these guys, I think I would fare well against. But you know what? I tried. Me and my management team, we tried to make it work. Bare knuckle fighting championships, and it just sucks that it has to end this way. I gave them every chance in the world. They wanted to cut my pay in more than half. And I can't divulge what my fight pay was or how many fights I have on my contract and stuff like that. But we tried working with them, and they were using this whole, and the pandemic is very real. Let's just face it; it's affecting everybody. But what Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is doing is completely taking advantage of the fighters and saying it's a pandemic, the pandemic. Listen, their next arena, their next fight, the Knucklemania, that seats 10,000 people. If they're allowed to have 5% occupancy, the cheapest ticket they're selling, I'm not going to talk about the $1,500 VIP tables, and I'm not going to talk about I'll say if they sold, because they allowed 2,500 people in there, if they sold their general admission $55, if they sold $2,500 2,500 tickets at $55 a piece, that's like $137,000. They have their deals, whatever. They're using it as an excuse to not pay the fighters. They can give Paige Van Zandt $1 million contract and brag about it, but they can't give guys like me that have been loyal to the brand. Listen, I know I'm not a blonde with. I understand that. I know that but you can't sit here and cry poverty when you're paying someone who hasn't even put their dues in bare knuckle, a 7-figure contractor, so to speak. So we tried. I was willing to take a small pay cut, but not what they were offering me. And, I don't think any of the fighters should. It's not right. It's not good for the market. And those guys that are fighting for less than what they're, less than what they're worth, it kills it for guys like me that know what they're worth. Because they go, well, why would we have Joey Angelo fight when we can get Joe Schmo over here to fight for a fraction of the money? They just need bodies. That's it. And it's not right. I wish all the fighters had this mindset, because it would force bare knuckle championships to pay fighters what they're worth, because they're nothing without the fighters. Let's just face that. If every fighter just walked, bare knuckle fighting championships would fall and collapse tomorrow. Let's just face it. So.
That could be true. I don't know what's going on that end, but hopefully, everybody could straighten something out and see what they're doing. because I literally was talking about this with my wife the other night. Is they brought in Page, which now they're doing pay-per-view. It's like what, $39.99 per.
Yeah, something like that.
So if you figure, if you got one, just say numbers out there, you get 10,000 people to watch that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So it's like half of that would be almost for the Page fight to pay her for fighting.
Yeah.
So I agree with the numbers you're coming up with, but I don't know. Like I've always told my wife, business is business, so that's how they want to do it. Yep. I'm just here to interview the fighters. You know?
Yeah. We appreciate the work you put in, and they got to realize that the smart fighters like myself and a couple other guys on the roster, we're a business too. I'm an LLC. I write all my training off. I write my meal prep and my training, the gas back and forth to the gym. I'm a business too, and you're not going to tell me I have to fight for literally less than half of my contracted fight pay is. And you can't use the pandemic as an excuse. It's disgusting. And you know what they do? They know guys are in a bind, and they know that people have families to feed and have a livelihood. So they're just throwing them. They're just throwing them pennies, knowing that these guys have no other source of income will fight for it. So they're exploiting the fighters, and it's not right. And there's better fighting championships. I promise you.
So I see some future big promotion happening once this COVID-19 settles down and start getting back where it was. I think Las Vegas is going to get a lot of business back up with more fights coming in. So that's going to be a big hit for Vegas right now.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things happening, and like I said, and listen, the fact that Fighting Championships is putting on shows during the pandemic, I'm thankful for. I know a lot of guys that solely need fight money to live. I'm not one of them, but that's fine. But a lot of these guys do, and it's awesome. But there's better options out there. I feel like, BKFC is a lot of smoke and mirrors. Yeah, and I agree with with Anthony. And Anthony's one of my big supporters, and he out of everyone, he sees the work I'm putting in. It's I'm always putting in work because it's a lifestyle for me. It's not a short. It's not a okay, I'm just gonna fight bare knuckle for. No, this is a lifestyle for me, and I need to get paid what I'm worth. And trust me, when me and the manager negotiated fight pay, it was a lot higher, and we met him somewhere in the middle. We worked with him. We're not irrational people, so it's just and I always bring a fight. My fights are, and I'm not saying this because I'm of course my biggest fan, but I know a boring. I fight exciting fights. I'm marked up. My other guy is marked up. Like it's and I don't have this. I don't run away. I'm not afraid of violence. I love violence. When it comes to bare knuckle. So I just feel like BKFC is making a lot of mistakes, and I'm not going to be one of them. I'm going to go elsewhere. People want to pay me what I'm worth, and I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why my view on your site. Can you share my content on your site? I got a lot of people saying I need to try to share my live video.
Oh, I don't think I'm on something called StreamYard, so I'm not even on anymore.
That could be the problem.
Yeah, I'm
trying to make it shareable, but that's okay. I'll try to see if I can fix that problem. Down here. So, with everything going on and you trying to get fights and everything, how do you feel about yourself as a fighter right now, moving on forward?
I mean, listen, we've all gone through it, and I would just fight. We've all gone through some crazy times in 2020, 2021. But this is a lifestyle. If I don't have any fights lined up, I'm still going to be in the gym. I'm still going to be helping my teammates. I'm still going to get punched in the face and have that's my job as a teammate. And that's the life of a true martial artist. You're not only in the gym to get ready for a fight. You're in the gym because it's what you do every day. So, and I'm getting better. The crazy part, I'm getting 1 years old, and I'm only getting better. Which is, I thought my prime was like 28, and my coach back in the day, his name was Kevin Randleman, and he told me, he's like, Joey, you will not hit your prime until 30, 31, 32, and I didn't believe him because I was such a young kid, but I feel it. So as for a fighter, as how I feel, I'm finally making that mind-body connection. You know, I'm training harder, but I'm excited for the future. I think I told everyone in 2021 I will have a bare knuckle world title wrapped around my waist.
So so we'll be seeing you fighting probably maybe with the MMA here soon, or
No, my next fight is bare knuckle. I'll be announcing it in a couple of weeks.
okay.
We'll see. Yeah,
I can't wait. I've been waiting for you to fight ever since, man. You know how much I've been supporting you, getting you on my show a lot.
absolutely, and we appreciate it. Trust me, all the fighters. We love the broadcast. We love the the work you put in. I know it's not easy.
So what do you feel about the experience right now that with the bare knuckle fighting and what's happening with all the situation with the contract stuff? You feel like
I feel like I'm not the only one that's experiencing this, but I feel like I'm the only one that's voicing how I feel because listen, I have nothing to lose. Listen, and I'll be honest with everyone else. When Feldman, when my management team sent Feldman and said, listen, man, you're not working with us. I don't want to go the legal route. I don't want to do one. I just want to fight for my money. That's all I want to do. Literally, I have all this. I was like, so do we have to get a lawyer involved? And his response was, good luck with your career, kid. Like, come on, dude. I thought I Page Van Lombard, but you gotta shows you right there that he gives nothing. He doesn't give a shit about the fighters. The moment you create respect for him, he just goes, fuck you, we don't need you. It's not right. Our lawyer sent the fan letter, and we're just waiting for a response. And you know what? I'm suing for damages. I'm not suing him for being on the shelf for 15 months. I'm doing my bare minimum fight purse. I'm being a nice guy about it. I could sue him for emotional distress. I could be like, well, it makes me not more, and I'm blah 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 blah. Fuck that. I'm suing him for the bare minimum of my fight purse, and that's it. They could settle, and they could offer me a fight tomorrow. We'll give you Hector Lombard. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. I still wouldn't take it, man. I'm not. This company is treating me like complete trash. I'm just never gonna go back. It's like that girlfriend that cheated on me and that she's begging for me back. It's just not gonna happen, you know. So, and I really wish the bare knuckle fighters because I know everyone's afraid of upsetting the biggest promotion, but you know what? The biggest promotion is only the biggest promotion because of us, because of the fighters. We bleed, we cut weight, we put that work in. We're constantly hurting. There would be nothing without us, and the fighters have to realize we are the people. We control that. So hopefully my rants and my voice will spark. And I'm telling you this, Jeff, I got about, after my live video yesterday, I probably got about 10 or 11 messages from fighters, from other managers, this and that. And I'm not the only one feeling like this, but I'm the only one voicing my opinion.
So if I've never been in this situation with asking these questions. Yes. So what would you say to the fighters right now that don't want to voice their opinion? How would you come about to solve this situation?
If listen to me, if you're contracted with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships and you need the money to feed your family, I wouldn't say shit. If I solely depended on the little money Bare Knuckle's trying to pay me to feed my family, I'm a man and I would fight for the money. But if you don't need that money, and I know a lot of bare knuckle fighters that gainfully employed, that impacted by COVID, speak up. Don't be afraid to. I'm not asking for 10,000 fight, but I'm asking close to it. Know your worth. I'm on a win streak. I'm comfortable. Know your worth, and I show up to fight every single time, like most of us do. So for anyone that's in this situation, voice your opinion, put it out there. Look at Goodjohn. Tyler Goodjohn voiced his opinion on Twitter, and guess what? And I believe never got paid. What? The moment he voiced his opinion on Twitter, that it's a very powerful weapon. He got paid per his match. So I'm just trying to get paid, Jeff. That's all. And I'm trying to make a point. I don't need from bare knuckle. I don't. I'm trying to make a point that you can't push over these fights.
Okay. So you guys heard it from Joey. So man, I hate this crap happening. I think Dave Bellman helped me out, with my family and all. But like you're saying, I think like with Anthony Cruz, bringing famous people in from another promotion and paying them a lot of money, anybody that's popular, famous, it probably is what's helping you build up BKFC. When you got fighters like you and there's other fighters out there that can't get no BKFC fights. But if they wouldn't bring these famous people in that want money, I believe that he would have so much great fighters like you still on the card and stuff. So, I mean, I hope, the situation gets, it's true. It's like Mike Tyson and stuff. They want to pay all that money to bring Mike Tyson in. And
I understand the business. I understand, but you can't. The people that are willing to bleed for your company, you got to put on the front. We're on the front lines. You have to. It's like saying you got dogs fed. You got to keep the dogs healthy. We're the dogs. We're out there bleeding and putting on a show and getting the crowd, hyped up. This and that. We love doing what we do. Compensate, especially compensate us for the contract we signed, legally binding contract. Adhere to it.
Right.
It's but listen, and I've always told people I feel like bare knuckle fighting championships would give me the opportunity to make my first six-figure. I wholeheartedly believe, because they do have the means for it. They're not broke by any means. But once I get treated like trash, and everyone knows my history with bare knuckle, like with the WBKFF when I fought Julian Lane and Lieben fought Baroni and Hendricks fought Cochran, and none of us got paid. I don't know if you remember that a couple of years ago. None of us got paid. The guy skipped back to Poland. That on top of this, I just got fed up. I'm like, I'm sick of getting messed by promoters over and over again. So I'm just gonna voice my opinion and use social media to the best of my ability. I mean, pay your fighters, and if your fighter's willing to drop his pay a little bit, then work with him, because we got to eat too. I understand Dave's got to eat. A lot of people on his payroll, but guess what? We're in there getting, we're in there paying the ultimate sacrifice pay.
Right. So let's put that on the side for now. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that in the future. So what are we going to see from Joey, the Cinderella man, in 2021? What are we going to see? The new Joey? Or are we going to see the same Joey? He's going to come out and start beating people's butts and bringing a belt home, or what?
Yeah, you're going to see that. Listen, I'm always putting in work. I'm always staying true to myself, staying humble, staying grounded. I'm going to go out there for whatever organization I fight for, and I'm going to do the same thing I've always done. I'm going to tie the line, so to speak. I'm going to put it all out there, fight my ass off, and get another belt wrapped around me. Like, you understand? A lot of people know who I am already. They know I'm nothing flashy. There's nothing Conor McGregor-esque about me. I bite down on my mouthpiece and I move forward, and I'm trying to punch you more than punching me. I'm going to get another title. I have one pro title in MMA. I'm going to get another title in bare. And 2021 is going to be a really good year. It's going to be a great year for a lot of people. And like I said, all the fighters in BKFC, I wish them all luck. I love all you guys, and I wish everyone, that stay safe in 2021. Okay.
All right, so you guys, you heard it from the Cinderella man. He finally got to say what's on his shoulder. So hopefully we will see him soon in the ring, which he say you will. And Joey, I appreciate you coming on my show. You know how much I'm a fan of yours, supporter. I would love to have you back anytime. just hit me up. We'll get you back on my show. So anything else you like to say to the fans? Stuff.
Once I announce my my next fight, which is going to be huge, I'd love to come on your show and talk about the other organizations I'll be fighting for. But once again, Jeff, I do appreciate all the work you put in, giving us a platform, and yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I just everyone stay tuned. I got big news coming up.
All right, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being on my full broadcast show, and wish you the best, man. I'll be following you throughout your career until you retire, man.
Absolutely, I appreciate you.
You're welcome, man. Have a good one.
You too, bye.
All right, guys, you heard it from Joey. Talked about bare knuckle fighting right now, about his contract dispute. I don't want whatever that stuff is happening. So hopefully he gets straightened out and he'll have a fight here soon, and which he said he will. I appreciate everybody that tuned in and watched my show live. We will be seeing you here tomorrow night with my sponsor, Eve Washington's son's going to be on my show from Street Beef to talk about his career and fights that he's doing right now. So let me give me a holler out to my sponsors. Steve Tyson, the Hitman. Thank you for sending everybody to my show to tell about their stories, their career, anything they have on their minds. Appreciate it. Have a good night, Steve. My next sponsor, Unique Craft by Eve. Evelyn Washington, personalized gifts and crafts. She does hats. Let me show you. Let me show you here. You see your email, website, everything. Let me show you. Show you one more time. Here you go. Check this out. She got wine glasses with my logo on it. And trust me, I make coffee in the morning. Full of broadcasts at 24/7, baby. If you guys got a story to tell, you come to me and I'll get you on my show. So when I have my show at night, after my show, I get a beer. Have me a nice beer and my logo in my glass. So she does hats, shirts, you name it. Just give her a holler. From here until Valentine's Day, you get 10% off, and you can get anything you want for 10% off for your wife, family, gyms, you name it. Contact her. She'll be glad to help you out. So everybody out there, you heard two stories from bare knuckle fighters. Stay tuned for more interviews this week from the full broadcast 24/7 sports news, live interviews, media coverage. Just remember, I interview bare knuckle, UFC, MMA, street beefs. Anybody that's in the combat sports, message me today. Peace out from the full broadcast.